G'day guys, Will here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're going to be checking out magnetic paddle shifter mods for your sim racing wheels. So specifically, we're going to be checking out a mod from MB Studio for the GT2 Fanatec wheel, as well as my trusty V2 Formula wheel as well. So Marc from MB Studio very kindly reached out to me via Facebook and actually offered to donate these to me for free to test out and yeah, let you guys know how they go. So to be perfectly honest with you guys, it's a mod that a lot of people absolutely swear by, but something that I've never particularly felt I had the need for, because I've always been pretty happy with how my shifters feel, both on my V2 wheel as well as my BMW wheel as well. They're pretty mechanical and they have a pretty nice click to them. But that said, there is quite a lot of play in the paddle. As you can see there, it does actually move quite a bit before it clicks. And one habit that I have found that I have developed, which actually does lead to misshifting occasionally, is I tend to hold them a little bit from the minimum threshold just before the click when I'm driving, so that I get a faster shift. But then obviously that comes at the risk of misshifting, because occasionally you do hold it a little bit too far and end up pulling the paddle, which shifts the gear. So basically what these are, and I'll show you the one for the V2 quickly here. It's basically two neodymium magnets, which are very, very, very strong magnets. One goes on the back of the shifter panel, kind of like that. Now it's hard to hold because it kind of wants to stick itself to the metal, but basically it goes on like that. And then the other side sandwiches between the paddle itself. So you remove the paddle, goes in between, and then basically when you shift, the magnets are trying to pull each other towards each other, and then as you release, they snap back into position really quickly. So it gives it that really nice sort of mechanical feel. At least that's the theory anyways. So today we're going to be installing these on the V2 wheel as well as the BMW GT2 wheel as well. Now he does also have these available for the Porsche wheel as well, and I will provide the link to buy them in the description for you as well. And I would love it if you guys would support him by doing so. Thank you very much to him for supplying these for this video. Now I do just want to quickly mention as well that I do have a Fanatec podium shifter on its way for the V2 wheel. Now it's not actually compatible with the BMW wheel, but I actually ordered this a couple of months ago now, and I believe it actually shipped this morning. So that is basically magnetic shifters as well as analog clutches and all that sort of stuff as well. So that does actually come with a lot of additional benefits. But that said, it is more than 10 times the price of a little magnetic shifter mod like this. So once the podium shifters arrive, I will also be doing an installation and review video, but it'll be a good comparison to see whether a $20 little thing like this can come anywhere close to the feel that you get with a $250 podium shifter. So anyway, let's get the wheels on the bench, get them installed and put them to the test. So starting with the V2 wheel here, you can see the kit contents is basically just a little magnet plate, the opposing side, and then the screws as well. So I like to put the wheel down on top of a towel just so we don't damage any of the switches on the hard surface, and start off by undoing the two little 2.5mm Allen key bolts that are securing the paddle in place. So with that done, you can see how the magnets are going to sit in place, but make sure that you save the washers off those two original bolts, because you're going to want to reuse them with the bolts that come with the kit. So now we can bolt down the magnet. We don't use the washers on these ones, it's the ones on the paddle. Then we put the screws through with the washers back into the paddle, tighten those down as well. Keep them relatively loose to begin with while you get the paddle adjusted into the position that you want, and then tighten those down. And it really is as simple as that. And you can see here the difference in action between the two sides. And these two slots allow adjustability. As I was saying before, you can adjust the pitch of the paddle depending on your personal preference. So moving on to the BMW rim now, you can see there's quite a lot of travel on either side here. Now it's a little bit loose. It feels quite nice, but it can definitely be improved. So start by undoing the 2 Phillips head screws. You don't need to worry about anything falling out of place here, but do be very careful. They're very shallow screws. Now, because it's such a high quality 3D print, it slots perfectly into position. You don't have to worry about misalignment or anything like that. So push the plate into position and simply screw it down with the screws provided. Be very careful not to cross thread, but as long as you're careful, you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. So on the BMW wheel, the magnet is actually going to stick to the front of the paddle with some double-sided tape. So we want to give it a clean with some alcohol first to make sure that there's no sort of oily residue or anything like that that could cause it to not stick. Put a piece of double-sided tape on the magnet. Now, at the time of creating this video, the double-sided tape isn't actually included in the kits, but I believe later on it will be. So simply drop it into place. It'll kind of automatically snap into position, and it is as simple as that. You can see here the difference between the 2 sides. So flip it around, do the other side, and this is what it should look like when you're done. Okay, so we'll start off by testing the BMW wheel in race room in a DTM car around Spa. Love this track, love these cars, so I thought that would be a good way to test this out. Now, the one thing that you will notice straight away is that the shifting noise is a little bit louder than it was before. So just have a listen now. So it's not a huge amount, but if noise is something that's important to you, just do keep in mind that it is a little bit louder than it was before. But just before we do hit the track, it's definitely a much more sort of intentional movement now. So you can't sort of accidentally pull on the paddles a little bit. And it feels really nice because as the paddles get closer to their return position, the strength of the magnets actually, well, the force actually pulls harder. So they kind of feel like they're spring-loaded almost, but it's a really, really nice. To be honest, it actually feels very similar to the shifting feel inside my BMW M235i that I sold recently. So very, very happy with how it feels. But let's see how it actually feels driving around a circuit when we're kind of not concentrating on it specifically. So hit the track now.
Okay, Will, get ready. Green, green, green.
So yeah, that feels a lot nicer. I don't know what the deal is with the AI in this game. Honestly, they just drive into you. Anyway, let's see if we can get some turns happening here. But yeah, just having that real sort of intentional feel. I mean, it's not a absolutely massive difference in terms of, you know, what it felt like before compared to now, but every little bit makes a difference. And when you consider the, you know, the difference in price, like, I mean, there's only, what, 20 bucks, I think it was, $20 American anyway. I would definitely say that it's worthwhile. So we'll just sort of complete a lap or so here.
Time to get defensive, mate.
Time to get defensive, yeah. Time to not get rammed by the AI. Yeah, that feels really, really nice. So I would definitely say worth the money without question for this one. I mean, it's nice and easy to install. No problems whatsoever. Nice and clean finish. And yeah, it definitely makes a difference. It just makes it feel more professional, more lifelike, which obviously makes a big difference, and every little bit counts. So that is the DTM wheel, or the BMW GT2 wheel. We might just finish this lap here, just so you can have a listen to it as well.
Otara is now in the lead.
On your right.
Whoa, we got hit by the AI again. I mean, I love Race Room, but I'm really struggling with the AI, to be honest. Yeah, they just seem to drive into you. If any of you guys know a mod or a fix or something that can fix that problem, let me know, because it's really ruining Race Room for me at the moment. It's probably the main reason why I'm playing more iRacing than Race Room, to be honest. Okay, so on to the Formula V2 wheel now, and this one is, again, a little bit louder than it was before, but this wheel was already a lot louder than the BMW wheel was before we did any modification at all. So I'd say the difference is probably a little bit smaller than it was the BMW wheel, but again, if noise is something that you're trying to keep to an absolute minimum, just do keep that in mind. But because the throw on these switches on the V2 wheel is a lot less than it is on the BMW wheel, it really does feel like a mechanical switch now, but again, it still has that nice sort of magnetic feel of the switch sort of trying to pull its way back. Feels almost spring-loaded, but better. So it's like, you know, obviously a magnet works kind of like a spring, so it makes sense. But yeah, it feels really, really nice and really purposeful, really professional. So let's jump out on the track now and see how it goes. All right, let's see how we go. It's been a long time since I've done Spa in F1 2018 without a racing line, so we'll see. In fact, I think the last time I did this track, I was still running traction control as well, so this is probably going to be an absolute disaster, but oh well. It's not really the point of the video anyway. Yeah, that again, it feels so much better than before. Like it's funny because it's such a subtle change, but it really does make a difference. You can't kind of, as I was saying, you can't just sort of float over the contact point because it's a very purposeful switch now. So, let's see how we go with our downshifts here as well. I mean, my driving is absolutely horrendous, but kind of expected that. But yeah, no, it definitely feels a lot better. So, again, absolutely worth the money. I mean, when you consider that it's only a $20 mod, yeah, no question, it's definitely worth checking out, I would say. So we'll just finish the lap. You can have a listen to it. Nearly lost it. Brake way too early there too. What a disaster of a lap. We may as well just crash it there. But yeah, no, absolutely worth the money, I would say, without question. Okay, so yeah, guys, look, honestly, it's definitely worth the 20 bucks or so to install these on whatever wheel you have. It definitely makes a tangible difference and definitely will correct any problems that you're having with accidentally sort of pulling on the paddles while you're driving, things like that. And also, I think they're a really fair price as well. When you consider that they come with the screws that you need, the magnets and all that stuff, you really couldn't pay somebody to print these for you. So unless you actually have your own 3D printer, these are a very, very good deal. So link is in the description below if you want to check these out. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.